what are the principles or skills from that time as a kitchen porter that now, if we fast forward to 2023, that you kind of use as a leader?
That is a tough question. I think something that stuck with me at a time that I like to think a lot of what POPHAM'S is based on, or certainly a part of, is I saw from quite early on in that role, I saw amazing chefs, not just chefs front of house, but amazing people, let's say, and sometimes found it frustrating how they weren't let loose in terms of, like, they were so creative, they were brilliant chefs, but they were always, it's important to have parameters in a business and set those lines, but it was so systematic, it was so, you do this down this line my way, that I used to remember, just let them do them, let them create. Like, you've got these amazing brains, you've got these people who are just, there's so many amazing people in this world who are creative, innovative, and just have so much up there, but a lot of times they're suppressed in what they can do and what they can give. So I think that's certainly one of the memorable parts of my time. And when you ask about leadership, is, that's very much how POPHAM'S is built. And someone actually in F1, a boss I used to work under, I think when I was talking about my dream of one day opening a place, he said, only ever hire people that are better than you. And that has stuck with me so strong. And that is what POPHAM'S is about. And we have so many brilliant people. And I just try and be the link with those brilliant people and never get to, let people be their best self and let people create what they can create and just have amazing people around you in a business.
There's two bits on that. The first is, in principle, lots of founders and people listening to this, like, let's hire people who are better than us. I completely get that. The hard bit is to be the link that pulls it all together, because ultimately I believe a brand pours out of the founder's soul in many respects. Where there's, like, POPHAM'S, there'll be parts of your soul that have gone into that brand, but then, as you say, you need to get people who are way better at you and all different things. But it's like, how do you link that together? How do you thread the needle between those various moving parts to make sure the POPHAM'S is still magical? And that is hard. So, like, how do you try to thread the needle, if that makes sense?
Sharing a vision, I think. Interesting. Having people follow the vision, and create a place where those people that you want on the journey are all on that page, and is the link. If you have certain people, and maybe talking about management and senior management more in terms of what your question is, it's, and I'm definitely not saying we're perfect at that, and I'm not perfect at that, because it's a constant learning curve. But what we're trying to do, you can't have a disjointed part of it. You can't have someone who doesn't back it, doesn't follow it. Whether it's, it's finding people who share what you want to do, and 100% there's been people on the way that haven't, and not out of them or out of us. It's just, it's a different type of business, let's say, that they want to work for, and that's, you've got to be understanding about that at times. But in terms of that link, it's just, I think it's really an awareness that people are following what you're trying to create, and people are all on board with it, all on the same page, and you're making decisions that empowering as many people to make those decisions. It's not all yourself. Yeah, of course, you've got to sign off on the big ones, but it's so important to let people make their own decisions, empower them, make them feel like they are changing the scape of POPHAM'S and they are changing what they can do, rather than just constantly biting into, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. Have a trust is a massive thing. And once you get that, and once you incorporate that into a team and a group of people, I think then you can, you can lead in the right way.
I love teasing out these ideas, because I think ultimately the vision is the needle that threads the whole thing together. So no vision, no trust, no vision, no empowerment, no vision. You can't really get those people, even though they're better than you, to allow them to be their best creative self. what is that? What is the POPHAM'S vision? I suppose. What is? Say we were to sat here in, I don't know, 50 years time, or like, what's the big POPHAM'S play? I suppose.
50 years time, yeah, that'd be tough.
You'll be on a boat by then, mate.
No, I don't know about that. What's the vision? The vision has evolved through the years, and I think that's something that you just take grasp of, and there are certain points that change in that, and I'll start as in, our vision from day one.
Yeah, and that'd be really interesting. Yeah,
that day one vision was a really simple, basic concept around: can we be the most innovative and creative with one pastry, croissant dough? Just use that, have 8, 10, 12 different varieties using just the same dough, and create with that, do things that, London at the time, 2017, it was pain au chocolat, plains and almonds. You couldn't really get anything else. And for something that, is part of a lot of people's daily rituals, is that pastry, is that plain croissant, that pain au chocolat. We were living in, London still is the most fast forward innovative food scene in the world. And I just wanted to play on that, and I wanted to see if we could be the most innovative, we could be the most creative. So that was in terms of product, and a huge part of us is can we create a place that people are the number one, and that when you walk in as a customer, atmosphere, warmth, you feel at home. Anyone can walk into POPHAM'S, whoever you are, however you look, however you feel, and our goal and our vision is to make everyone's day better, whether that's through product or service. And as I said, that's day one. That's what's shared now, but it has slightly changed as we've opened more things over the years.
How's it changed slightly? Because I think it's something I haven't talked about on this podcast. I've done hundreds of these episodes. Is how your vision can change. I think people think, right, you've got to sit down one day, airy-fairy, write out some fucking get your post-it notes out and write your vision, and that's you done for 50 years, and it's and then that's the vision. But the vision can evolve and should evolve. The business, you evolve as a founder, the brand evolves, the business evolves, so the vision should evolve. Whereas I think people get, and I probably thought the same thing, is you think, all right, I just need to sit down and get this vision sorted out, stick it on the wall, and then bish bash bosh, we're away. Yeah. But actually, it's no, that can evolve, and the business can be fluid and can move into different things. Yeah. So you start with this just relentless focus on croissant or croissant.
Croissants, yeah. There's no cross there. There's no other trademark names that we've used.